Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel and week 11 of my Letterboxd diary. As you know, our Eras tour is continuing with another iteration of it. And today we are going to talk about 2000s movies. So let's just start talking about them, shall we? Dude, Coraline is awesome. Hands down, one of the weirdest animations I've ever seen, and honestly, that might just make it the best, but I'm not quite sure. The film perfectly captures a child's relationship with her neglectful parents, presenting two starkly different worlds, one bleak and dull, the other vibrant and seemingly perfect. One of the things I loved the most was how much this movie embraces show, don't tell. I'm a huge fan of films that add small details for keen night viewers to pick up on. One of my close friends actually pointed out something mind-blowing in the film to me, and it made me love this masterpiece even more. Like the Russian rat teacher living upstairs, being a Chernobyl liquidator and eats that many beets because it reduces radiation. That's why he's blue like that. What? How did they even think of that? The character designs were perfectly creepy and cute at the same time too. It feels like they went for a feeling that creates an unsettling confusion. On the surface, it looks like a kids movie, but the more you watch, the more you realize that maybe children shouldn't be watching Caroline at all. I mean, when you think about it, the film contains subjects like child abduction in a very creepy way. I don't know if my toddler self will enjoy watching something like that, but my young adult self, however, absolutely blown away by the artistry, storytelling, and sheer atmosphere of this masterpiece. I believe I first watched Donnie Darko like 10 or more so years ago, and I remember watching it half-heartedly. So I don't even like to say I watched this film before. There are a few other films like that for me, Braveheart for example, where I straight up fell asleep. But I gotta say, I fucking loved watching Donnie Darko this time around. I mean, with a movie like this, I think you should watch it when you're matured enough. And I feel like I now did it at the perfect time. It's a shame that genius films like this barely make their budget back at the box office. Donnie Darko has since become a cult classic, but it deserved its flowers back when it first released. Watching a concept like time traveling mixed with mental illnesses was no doubt fascinating. The movie constantly pushes you to debate in your head that if any of this is actually a reality. At the same time, it does make the film hella confusing. I heard a lot of people say you need to watch the director's cut to fully understand the movie. I watched the theatrical release, but maybe down the line, I'll give the director's cut a go. After a little break, of course. However, with a movie like this, you can watch the theatrical release multiple times, because it can allow you to form more thoughts and theories in every watch. On the acting department, I'm kind of surprised on how many big names were in this movie. We all know Jake Gyllenhaal is starring, but the film also contains the likes of Maggie Gyllenhaal, Seth Rogen, Drew Barrymore, and Patrick Swayze. Obviously, Maggie Gyllenhaal and Seth Rogen were nowhere near their current star power then, but still, it was pleasant to see them. But I gotta say, and this is probably an unpopular opinion, I found Jake Gyllenhaal's performance not very good here. I mean, obviously he was 21 years old when the film released, and judging an actor's performance from one of their earliest roles isn't exactly fair, especially when we consider how great of an actor Jake Gyllenhaal is today. The limited CGI in the film does add a good character too. The overall concept and how it was executed with everything is indeed blends together perfectly. I really wish this film had gotten the recognition it deserved back in the day. I'll definitely watch Donnie Darko again. Watching this after Isle of Dogs certainly diminished its impact for me. But when you consider this released 9 years before that and they look visually identical, really shows you the vision and the cinematic impact that Wes Anderson can create. As in most of his films, again, this is a cast full of heavy hitters, starting with George Clooney and Meryl Streep. We also see a couple of Wes Anderson regulars like Bill Murray, Willem Dafoe, Michael Gambon, and Owen Wilson. Although, weirdly, I'm having a really hard time forming my thoughts about this film. It was definitely a good one, as you can see from my scoring of it. I really enjoyed this film. But I don't know, I think I found it a bit tiring than Isle of Dogs. Also, I don't think George Clooney is a good voice actor. His tone suits Mr. Fox, I give him that, but his performance in general didn't leave much of an impact on me. Meryl Streep felt the same way. Both are incredible actors, but something about their delivery didn't quite click. I don't know. Acting in Wes Anderson films requires a very specific approach. I think that's why he mostly works with the same names he worked before again and again. Still, a good watch. For the films like this, you can even only watch it for the animation technique. God, this sucks so much. This is by far the most boring movie I've seen in the recent memory. Even worse than those god-awful Omen sequels. I seriously thought about quit watching this at multiple points. Like, how the fuck did this film get a sequel? Am I dumb? Like, am I seriously missing something? But I will say my 8 to 10-year-old self would have probably died laughing at this film. Now, however, I don't think I even smirked once while watching this. None of the jokes landed for me. Like, I honestly don't know what to say about this. To me, a good comedy should be timeless and smartly written. Zoolander, on the other hand, seems like it was crafted solely to cater to its specific time period, making it feel painfully out of touch today. I don't even want to talk more about it, man. I'm done. That's about it for this week too. Last week I said I will be posting the Misery comparison video, but I got super lazy this week and had a lot of business to take care of. I'll definitely do that eventually, don't worry. Just give me some time. Next week we are going to move on to the 2010s, and then it's going to be the final video for our Eras tour, which will contain the movies in 2020s. Thank you so much everyone for sticking until the end. Liking and subscribing is always much appreciated. I'll see you next week. Bye.